Welcome back to the Blue Way Talk Show with your host, Duane Bluestein, Miss Shelley Marie, and Lyn Richardson. Y'all should hear us during the break, because that's some... they be going in hard. But it's all right. We going to come back to all that talking crazy. Yeah. Well, we spoke about your son being a star athlete. Mm-hmm. And we know that he's got a few scholarships that are going on, in your household and everything like that. Should college athletes get paid?
I don't think so.
She says no. All right, hold on, no, because I won't. Before she answered, before that, she said no. Should college athletes get paid?
Yes.
You
to
say
some extent.
Hold on. So you say yes.
Duane.
Yes.
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 Okay.
And what I want here, let's do it this way. I want you to answer why you say yes to a certain extent.
Okay, I'm on both sides of the fence with this, honestly. But how I feel about it, if I was a college athlete or I had a son, or it doesn't even matter. Let's take the NCAA for example. Sweet 16, right? And then you have the Final Four. You have all this. They made over $10 billion. Okay. $10 billion. Right. And I feel like a portion of that should be chipped off to the students.
A few pennies.
Should be chipped off to the students. I know they have different scholarship funds and different money set aside for emergencies. But you're supposed to be there for school. I am there for school, but you seeked me out. You chose me.
And you signed a contract.
And I signed a contract. However, I did.
You signed a contract stating that
absolutely.
I am going to pay for your
moving
school.
Forward. Should athletes be paid? And I'm saying they should be paid, compensated somehow. And what else I will say that it's kind of irritates the heck out of me is they also can't get endorsement deals.
No.
So if I'm good at what I do and I'm working for free, I'm free labor. I'm making you $10 billion.
But you're not working for free.
Hold on, shouty. Let me
just
finish.
I'm just saying.
I am.
No.
I am.
Okay.
You're paying for my education and I'm performing. Your school is getting not only money, but they're getting recognition as well. I'm enticing other students like myself to want to come play for this coach or this school or this alma mater or whatever we want to call it. And now you're going to tell me
I built this brand, though. You did not build this brand. You are coming into this school to be a part of this brand.
I'll be a part of it.
Well, let's
don't
go
call
back
me
to
Kota
what,
and have me out picking cotton while you sit there in the big house.
Going back to even what you said before, when we talk about mentors from grade school and college, or high school and college, and all of that, there are NFL players, NBA players that come straight out of high school that are thrust into the spotlight and with money and all of that. So when you say get paid like that, I don't think that they should get paid. Now, I could possibly agree that they could be compensated in some way, shape, or form as far as their education, but that's the ultimate goal of being there is the education.
Can I take my jacket off?
Please do.
Why you do that? But that's like a fighting gesture.
Because I'm
if I need to take... Okay. Hold
on. We're going to do this.
Okay. Take it off.
No, what I will say, to piggyback on what Miss Lyn said... And you, for that matter, if you have a college athlete that's this star, it's not he didn't build a brand. He's just good at what he does. Okay, he's got a jersey, he's got a school, he's got fast feet. Let's say. Okay. So you have Nike that comes at him and say, "Hey, I want to give you an endorsement."
Well, Nike's not coming with him.
Just an example.
Nope,
don't
can't do it.
Don't
do that. NCAA. Okay, whatever. Continue.
Earnhart Ford. Nissan.
Can't.
Why?
Can't.
Why?
In college, you can't receive
any
of those.
That's my point.
Okay.
That's my point. And the reason why you can't is because of all these other reasons. And I'm saying, per your question, should college athletes get paid? Okay, so they don't get paid. Can they get endorsements for being who they are? I can't have a side hustle. No. You don't want to buy a domestic diva cup. What? I'm just saying.
They can't.
It can't happen. Why?
But then, okay, let's think about it now. Who's going to? Because my son and I had this discussion before. We've had this discussion before about his thoughts on it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, they should definitely get paid and this, that." I said, "Okay, well, who's going to handle the money? You're 19, 20. Okay. Who's going to handle the money for you if you're not at a place where you can manage that amount of money?" And he he said, well, then your parents. Okay, what about your parents that
don't know how to manage money
and don't know how to
Right,
manage
right.
money?
Okay.
Well, then he's like, well, then you get a mentor. Okay, but then if you don't know enough to manage your money or your business, then how you know that they're not going to be robbing you?
Can I give you the answer?
So it's just
No,
I'm gonna give you the
it can't
answer.
go in a trust fund.
I'm gonna give you the answer.
It just can't sit
Can I-
there.
Here.
So when you're done for school, I can pay off these student loans or do whatever.
This is how this works.
How does it work?
I am a fan of college athletes getting paid. I am a fan of college athletes that some are better than others. There are some kids that are receiving scholarships and they deserve their scholarships to get them through school. There are some athletes that are above that are part of the 1% that will make it to the league.
Mm-hmm.
I understand all that. The championship game for football is as big as the Super Bowl, and it's making that type of money. The NCAA, as you were saying, for basketball is making that type of money. And if that star player on that team is selling those jerseys and everything, grandeur, love it. I suggest that they should get paid per school, per what they are bringing to the table. But you have to stay your 4 years to get your money.
I agree.
You need to finish school, and there is a percentage for you at the end. Now, these college athletes that go off to go off to the pros, they forfeit that money, and that money goes back into the pot that makes it better for the next person to come through. That way, they are fulfilling their obligation to fulfill those 4 years of college. And they are saying, okay, I put my 4 years in, I busted my butt, now I'm going to go into the military, or I'm going to go get a job, or I'm going to go get something. But I have some cash that I can say, let me start my life. Here's what I have done. Because I'm so sick of kids going through these 4 years, playing 4 years of college, busting their tails, because you got 12, 15 guys on a basketball team. There's 400 schools.
Right.
We'll say 100 of those schools, one player off of each team goes to the NBA. It's 1%. So they're not really saying, oh man, all these guys are going to the league. They're not going to the league.
Right.
So they're stuck. So, but let's give them something to...
Yeah, because you need 15 people. You need all 15 of those players
to
have a team.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Just because one does less work or technically is not viewed
But it's
as...
a team.
It's a team. It's a team sport.
Yep.
It's a team game. Everybody should get something at the end of the day. So
And
that's a great idea.
I just think that... no.
please don't tell him that.
It's an excellent idea. NCAA. Let me explain something.
Maybe you should run for mayor.
No.
Wiener.
No.
All I'm saying is, the situation that you're in is probably very, very difficult, because you got college coaches that are coming to you saying, hey, your son needs to come here, your son needs to come here. What scares me with all these other kids that are going on is you get to that school and you don't know what these coaches are doing.
Right.
You don't know if these coaches are beating on these kids, other bad things that they do to these kids. You got to remember, you got to realize these kids are 17, 18 years old.
They're kids.
Still kids.
Right.
Going off 3,000 miles away where they're doing 3 a days, trying to carry a full load of school, trying to figure out how to make ramen noodles, because I don't know how to make ramen noodles.
The fact that they're eating ramen noodles when the school's making all this money.
Yeah, I can make peanut butter and jelly for you, because I know how to do that. In empanadas, like, I can use it for...
Yeah.
Sorry. Powdered sugar. But the deal is very difficult for them to understand when they're coming from high school rows of 32 kids and they're raising their hands to do something, to a college where they can walk into a classroom, leave a classroom, go to practice, go to these frat parties, go to all this stuff. There's a lot going on, and mom is going to work every day and she doesn't know what's going on.
Right.
And the problem is, there's a lot of these boosters that are coming up to them and say, hey dog, I got $5,000. Go on and take this. I need you to score 35. At 18 years old, I like 5 racks. I mean, 5 racks is a lot of beer. I mean, that's a 40 for everybody in the house. You remember the 40 ounce back at 18. So the deal is, if we can teach our young youth in sports, hey, man, there's an easier way that we can do this.
Right.
And I believe that the NCAA is doing a very, very bad job at showing, hey, we make billions and billions and billions of dollars. Thank you for your, I don't want to call it slavery, but It's really, 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 really close.
No,
Well, they're but they're there and they have their scholarships, their education's paid for. So is it really they're getting nothing?
Well,
they are getting something, and I'm glad you mentioned it the way you do, because they are getting something. Is it fair, the amount of difference in what they're getting?
Well, I mean,
so then you're putting a price on education.
Yes, I'm putting a price on education because my student loan shows me this is the price of my.
No, but we're talking about like if they're okay, you've got, let's say, a full ride scholarship somewhere. Okay, so it's done.
So that pays for your education, and that pays for your books and your dorm.
Right. So
does that pay for food? Does that pay for my new shoes? Does that pay for me so I can take this little girl to the club? I mean, what
I can't go to the movies. I can't do nothing. You can't go to the movies.
Can I get a haircut?
You can't get no haircut.
$20.
But when are they? Okay, so we're talking like no jobs, no anything, no.
I can't. I'm doing 3 days.
You're tired,
and
you have to
3
study.
days. I have to get through school, or you're gonna kick me. No.
And you get your GPA at a certain point. Otherwise,
you do, or you lose your schoscholarship. You absolutely do.
And you'll be on the bench like this, like
or you
in
be at
street
your mama's
clothes.
House, and your mom's like, "How'd you mess it up?" Like, I wanted some 40s.
That's part of the problem right there.
Had too
That's
many
the
40s.
problem.
We was drinking these 40s and
That's
something
the
happened.
problem.
Maybe sandwiches or ramen or whatever the thing is. Tennis
That's
shoes
the problem.
for
I guess
guys.
my concern or my fear would be that it may, and not in all, I'm not saying all athletes, college athletes would be like that, but it could possibly set them on a, I'm going to take it biblical. The love of money is the root of all evil. And so, you just have to worry about, I would just be concerned about that at such a young age. So maybe there's a happy medium. Maybe you have the glorious idea to fix it.
Oh, I'll fix it. I'll fix it.
But I'm just saying, as a parent, I would have a lot of concerns.
On the back end of it.
You get paid on the back end.
You may have to eat ramen like everybody else. You may have to go through your blood, sweat, and tears and figure out how to make peanut butter jelly in 6 different ways. And that's okay. That's character building. That's okay. But I just think it's...
And if you leave early, you forfeit that money.
That's your choice.
That's
because you're going to the league and you're making that money. So,
it's not bad.
Hey, listen, where is this play going to be, by the way?
The play is going to be held at the Black Theater Troupe Performing Arts Center. Okay. It's going to be on November 2nd and November 3rd. Okay. And then we're also going to have an amazing pre-production celebration party catered by Domestic Diva Catering. So it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Wow.
Yeah. We're going to have live band, party, all that. And then we're going to do the show.
And just because I need to throw this in, you were at the last tasting.
Yes, I was.
What do you think about the tastings?
The tastings are amazing. If you haven't been...
Boy, you use that word too.
Okay, let me tell you. The tastings are phenomenal. So please come out if you can, because you'll have a great time. I'm not even going to say amazing. You'll have a great time.
So what do you think about Cece singing?
Oh, that was off the chain.
Yeah,
we had a live show from her. Oh, it was off the chain. Off the chain. And they're always fun. Yeah. Cece's was amazing, but every single one that I've been to, because I put it on my calendar every month to be at every single one, because she's got me eating stuff I would never eat. I don't like vegetables. I don't like all kinds of stuff that she cooks, but she makes me love it, and that's crazy. So if you haven't been, you're so awesome. If you haven't been, you should absolutely come. It's a great time, great networking as well. I've had some bookings from those tastings.
Me too.
For the comedy lady that I do. So yeah.
No, that's good.
I ain't got nothing out of the deal.
This guy has more clients than anybody ever knows. You will never know, okay? No, and that's part of the good thing is it's more of a network. And I think I sat with you and a couple other people and we talked about it. And I'm just like, you come out, you enjoy. It's a different environment for grown folks to sit and chill and mingle and really truly network with people that are in the business or a business or have a business. It's
pretty good.
Very true.
Pretty good.
They're great. They are great.
We are with Lyn Richardson, and I really appreciate you coming in.
No problem. I love it. You guys are awesome.
It was a blast, and we will see you really, really soon, right?
Yes.
At the next tasting.
At the next tasting, August 17th.
That you're doing the cover band.
New Groove Entertainment is coming. They're great. They're gonna hopefully have Cece sit in on a couple songs with them. They're learning her stuff.
I'm pretty sure that she'll allow that to happen.
It's gonna be good.
So you're with the Blue Way Talk Show with Duane, Bluestein, and Shelley Marie. Thank you, Lyn.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys.